The famous Pep Guardiola gave an interview yesterday, now that the Premier League is about to return, and talked a lot about the two favorites for the Ballon d'Or at the moment. But before continuing, please leave your like and subscribe to the channel to help us reach 500 subscribers. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Now that you've subscribed, let's get to the news. And, of course, Vinicius Jr. is one of them. However, the fact is that the Spaniard's opinion was controversial, and people ended up getting upset with what he said. So stay until the end, because we will show you the words of the current best coach in the world with all the details. And I will want to know if you agree or not with what he said. Well, folks, on October 28th, that is, 2 months and 11 days from now, the Ballon d'Or for the 2023 to 2024 season will be awarded. The expectation here in Brazil is extremely high. After all, it was a season in which Vinicius Jr. won the Spanish Championship, the Spanish Super Cup, scoring nothing less than a hat-trick in the final against Barcelona, and, of course, the Champions League, where he also excelled and was Real Madrid's key player in the knockout stages. 1 goal in the round of 16 against Red Bull Leipzig, 2 assists in the quarterfinals against the mighty Manchester City, 2 goals against Bayern in the semi-finals, and a goal in the final against Dortmund. In fact, after he scored that goal against Borussia in the final and Real secured another title, everyone here was saying, "That's it, now the Ballon d'Or is his, there's no one else." But, unfortunately, outside of Brazil, things are not going so well. Recently, the famous magazine Playcar published an article with a cover saying, "Ballon d'Or threatened. Disastrous Copa America and antipathy outside Brazil may take the dream prize of best player in the world away from Vinicius Jr." A survey of international journalists shows that the favorite is someone else. And now you might be thinking, so, what? How is the favorite someone else? The guy crushed the Champions League with Real. Well, to help you understand better, they published this article after hearing from 60 journalists from 21 different countries who are part of the Ballon d'Or voting process. Basically, the award voting involves a group of 180 journalists selected by France Football, 1 from each country. Then, the magazine sends a list of 30 finalists for the best player in the world, and each journalist creates their top 5. The points are then totaled, and in the end, the best player is chosen. Based on this, Playcar took a sample of 60 journalists from 21 different countries to understand where the award might be heading. Some Brazilian journalists were even heard, such as Fred Caldera from TNT Sports, who placed his top 3 as Vinicius Jr. in first, Jude Bellingham in second, and Florian Wirtz in third. And this is exactly where the problem arises. For this sample, the Spaniard Rodri was the Ballon d'Or winner for the last season. Basically, during this time, he scored 12 goals and provided 15 assists, winning the Premier League, the UEFA Super Cup, the Club World Cup with Manchester City, and the Euro with Spain, where he was also named the best player of the tournament. It's worth noting that Rodri being named the best player of the Euro was highly questioned, as many said he wasn't even the best player for Spain, nor the best in his position on the team. At Manchester City, Phil Foden was named the best player of the Premier League and was therefore considered by many to be City's best player of the season. Another 2 reasons the article mentioned that could prevent Vini from winning the award are his behavior on the field and his performance in the Copa America. Regarding behavior, it mainly refers to Vini being a reactive player on the field, who doesn't accept being oppressed by either the crowd or his opponents, never shies away, always responds, and we know how much this bothers people there. And about the Copa America, they basically used a tournament in which no one from Brazil did well to say that he doesn't deserve the award because he performed poorly and ended up being suspended from the game in which Brazil was eliminated by Uruguay in the quarterfinals. And, well, honestly, it's almost funny how, ever since Vinicius became one of the direct contenders for this Ballon d'Or, in Europe they are always trying to promote another player instead of him. First, they talked about a bunch of names who were eliminated by Vini himself throughout the season, like Phil Foden, Harry Kane, and even Mbappe. Then, there was a strong push for the Englishman Jude Bellingham, who indeed had a good season and was even named the best player of the Spanish Championship, but saw Vini completely outshine him in the most important part, which is the Champions League knockout stages. Then, Toni Kroos announced that he would retire at the end of the season, and they started to boost him in the rankings like crazy. After all, the German also had a great season for Real Madrid and was still set to compete in the Euro. Then he got eliminated in the Euro, and his chances went with him. Now they've decided to push Rodri, who was also eliminated by VINI in the Champions League quarterfinals. Not that the Spaniard didn't have a good season, but from the moment he wasn't even the best player for City or Spain, it becomes absurd. But, well, with all this hype surrounding Rodri, the famous Spanish coach Pep Guardiola was asked for his opinion on the award, speaking about both Rodri and VINI. Check out his words: "I can't deny that I would be happy if he won. As it stands, the competition is very tight between him and Vinicius Jr., but being in the race, being nominated, or winning the Ballon d'Or is fantastic for him, of course, for his family and friends, but also for Manchester City and the whole club. He has been brilliant in every aspect, in every game. It's not easy to win all 7 games in such a balanced tournament as the Euro. I, personally, am eager to find out, because both did many good things for their teams this season. Vinicius was also fantastic, brilliant, even against us. We will know soon. But I am rooting hard for Rodri." And right after Guardiola's words, a Spanish journalist named José Vicente gave a controversial interview and stated the following: "If there is justice in the world, the Ballon d'Or must be awarded to Vinicius Jr. for winning La Liga, the Champions League, and the UEFA Super Cup. There will be no justice if he doesn't take the award home. That's why the Arabs want to offer him $1 billion after another and make him the poster boy for their World Cup." This same journalist also jokingly mentioned the possibility of Messi winning the award, saying he wouldn't be surprised if it happened due to the Copa America victory. A little before the Euro final, Carvajal from Real Madrid also commented on the competition, but in a more reserved manner. On the other hand, the famous defender Rio Ferdinand, this week, right after Real Madrid beat Atlanta 2-0, once again took to his social media to write, "Vinicius Jr. Ballon d'Or." Remember that, in the Champions League final, he had already gone crazy over the Brazilian and repeated countless times that the Ballon d'Or was his. Now, after seeing all this and knowing that the award is highly likely to slip from Vini's hands, I want to know from you, what do you think? Would it be fair for Rodri to win the 2024 Ballon d'Or? After all, he won 4 titles, one of them being the Euro, where he was named the best player. Or do you think it would be totally absurd and would only highlight how Vinicius is completely persecuted in Europe? If you made it this far, leave your comment saying what you thought of the news, and don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Comment below with your honest opinion on this controversy and why. And if you haven't seen what Mbappe said about Vinicius and Bellingham right after his first game for Real Madrid, I'll leave that video appearing on the screen right now.